So next up, CNBC has Elon Musk. They report that Elon Musk is threatening to move Tesla's headquarters out of California because of the local government's extended shelter-in-place order.
Good for him.
And so he's like, I've had it. You know, I need to reopen my company. I need to start the manufacturing process again. I need to be pushing forward with this company. And basically Musk is saying, enough. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to move. We have a clip on this, pretty fascinating, and here it is.
On Saturday, Elon Musk said the company was preparing to file a lawsuit, this against Alameda County, California, over pandemic-related restrictions. Here's what he tweeted. He said, quote, frankly, this is the final straw. Tesla will now move its HQ and future programs to Texas, Nevada, where immediately, if we even retain the Fremont manufacturing activity at all, it will be dependent on how Tesla is treated in the future. Tesla is the last car maker left in CA in California. Later on Saturday, then Tesla followed through, filing a lawsuit against the county over contradictions with state policy.
So that's right. So Tesla's actually gone as far as to file a lawsuit saying we are opening and we don't want to get in trouble by reopening. So we're going to sue you because we have an absolute right to reopen. By the way, Elon Musk is correct. He does have an absolute right to open his company. It is his company. He has a fundamental responsibility to shareholders. He has a responsibility to shareholders to open his company back up.
Yes. I think similar to how customers should always be in search of the best deal and, haggle and, compare prices, companies at the same hand should always look into what is the best economic deal for them in terms of who their, provider is or who they're buying from per se. And so, Tesla is a consumer buying products, space, government taxes from, either California, Nevada, or Texas. And when you compare, a lot of the hurdles that California is going to make them jump through in respect to Texas, Texas is more willing and ready to accept Tesla because they're an economic driver, and generally speaking, it is better for their economy, their jobs numbers.
They're pro-business,
and they're pro-business to California. Exactly.
I mean, California has the fourth largest economy in the world.
Yeah, they'd be their own country. They'd be the fourth in the world.
So, but it doesn't it doesn't change the fact that this state, which happens to be the fourth largest economy in the world, seems to be chasing every single manufacturer outside of the state.
Yeah, last car manufacturer in California.
I mean, it's this last one per CNBC's reporting. After all, California is the same state that decided that if you drive for Uber or Lyft, you're an independent. You're not an independent contractor. You're actually an employee. There's a nexus between you and the employer, and they have to do withholding and so forth. You can't be your own small business and drive your own car as a subcontractor, which of course is ridiculous. But this is, I think, this particular situation with a high-profile person such as Elon Musk at Tesla. I think this particular example is what's going to be happening nationwide. We're going to see increased migration of businesses, including big businesses and small businesses alike, migrating from the blue states to the red states. And all we ask, at least those of us that are in the red states, and by the way, for those out there in podcast land, I unfortunately live in a blue state.
Very blue here.
It's very blue in Maryland. But the fact of the matter is, I'm hoping that when these companies move out of the blue states to red states, they don't bring their politics with them. Please don't bring.
There's a reason you left.
You left for a reason. Don't bring it, all right? Leave it back there. Let them continue to mess up their economy. And then eventually it'll crash. Or it'll correct itself because people finally wake up and go, what was I thinking?
Yeah, what was I doing? And, my government put me in this position.
I mean, after all, that's why we're having this. We've had many conversations about why have so many jobs going over to China? Why have politicians allowed jobs to be exported to China?
Competitively, the United States is not as pro-business as it used to be. Not as pro-manufacturing and, because of federal tax, issues and things like that.
And it's fascinating, Garrick? What's fascinating is we're watching this in real time with Tesla in California. So you could say, well, gee, California is the United States and the rest of the United States is China, just as something that's analogous. And here's California pushing a manufacturer out, not listening. And we kind of been doing that for the past 40 years with China, where we've basically said, oh, that's okay. You're going to save a few bucks making that widget. Yeah, move it over to China. It doesn't matter what happens to the jobs.
So I saw a tweet and so the chair of the California Finance Committee in the Assembly, which is their version of like the House of Representatives or whatever, her tweet in response to this was simply, explicit Elon Musk. So she said F Elon Musk, basically. And it just tells you kind of the attitude towards it, where it's like, oh, well, you know what? Good, we don't want them. They're anti-worker and anti-union rights and things like that. And it's like, you guys are just so willing to kick out an economic driver, you know, $1 billion manufacturer over some stupid, like, progressive talking point.
But during a time when people aren't working, people need jobs, and so the progressives are still doubling down and they're saying, well, it's because you don't treat people well, so people are better off not working than they are working for you.
And you got to think.
What?
And you got to think of what are the externalities that, you know, Tesla's plant has. So, like, who do they benefit in the local economy? So the best example, analogous, that I could give you is, look at what happened to Long Island and some of those communities when Northrop was acquired by the Grumman Corp in the 90s. You know, these towns that were centered around these plants and these manufacturing sectors became ghost towns, and you know, poverty went on the rise, crime on the rise, you know, economics, people left. And so what you're going to see is a county like Alameda, and a town outside of whatever Tesla's, you know, plant is. I think it's the Fremont plant or whatever it is. What is going to happen to that town? The people who relied on, you know, those people making money,
they're going to follow the jobs.
Yeah.
They're going to go where the jobs are.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what people do, right? They migrate to where the jobs are, whereas businesses migrate to where it is friendly to do business, especially small businesses. Clearly, Tesla is not a small business.
No.
It's a publicly traded company, but they are a company nonetheless that is making a product that apparently is now profitable, because they've moved into profitability just at the beginning of the pandemic. I'm sure they're losing money now in a huge way. So that's why Elon Musk is probably, hey, look, I want to leave this state. I'm done with this state. But he's been intimating this for a long time anyway.
Yeah, it seems he's been going to war with California for a long time. He's quite an interesting character. He's a
classic libertarian type.
He is a
you know?
maverick. He is just all for, I don't know,
Elon
rocking
Musk,
the boat. Yeah.
And rocking the boat.
Rocking the boat.
Absolutely.
Yeah.